If you want to know how to trade the stock market consistently, this is the right video for you. Hi, my name is Vivek Bajaj. I am the co-founder of StockEdge. Friends, I've been talking to all of you and I've been telling you about various philosophies behind participation in the stock market. And I've also shared with you why StockEdge is actually your best friend for life if you want to succeed in stock market. In this video, as a continuity of my giving back to you, in this video I'm going to talk to you about how you can use StockEdge and trade effectively in market. Friends, when we talk about trading, there are different kind of trading which you can do in the markets. If I want to classify it based on the duration of your trades, first is the impact trading, then comes the intraday trading, then comes the short-term swing trading, and then comes the medium-term swing trading. Now, impact trading is typically a trading where you trade for that specific impact on the stock price, and that impact can be due to some kind of a news or any event which can impact that particular stock or a sector. Intraday is essentially you trade for an intraday basis. That means you can open a trade today and you square up your trade at the end of the day. That square up trade could be because of your profit being booked, or your stop loss can get hit, or your time of the trade is now closed because you intended to trade for an intraday basis. The third category of trade is the short-term swing trade, which typically lasts from 2 days to 5 to 6 days. That is when the swing of a stock remains intact for a shorter period of time. Now, what is the swing of a stock? You know, like everything in our lifestyle, stock price also works in a swing, right? There is a low and there is a high, and again there is a retracement from the high. And as a trader, we always try to find out the right stage of a swing. When a swing is about to emerge, that's the perfect time to get in. And when the swing has entered its top, that's the perfect time to get out. But that's easier said than done, because it is the most difficult thing to do, to time the bottom and the top of any swing. But as a trader, even if you can get in at slightly expensive price than the bottom and get out at slightly lower price than the top, still you can make money from the market. And there are tools, enough tools available in the market which can equip you to become a good swing trader. And StockEdge is also one of the tools which is helping people to become a very wise swing trader in the market. And the fourth is the medium term, which lasts from a month to probably 2 months or 3 months, where you try to find out the swing, a sustainable swing in a stock, which will give us a much larger scope of price movement than just a smaller price movement in a short-term swing movement of a stock. All right. Now, I am going to show you how you can use StockEdge to identify stocks that could potentially give you some kind of a swing movement. Now, friends, impact trading is extremely information sensitive. The faster information you have, you can participate in that impact trading in a very faster way. So that's why people who are full time into the market, they are the guys who take the full advantage of that impact trading. And also these days, because there are a lot of algo trading happening, so robots are the perfect players in the market who can take the full advantage of the impact trading. So I will never suggest you all to look at impact trading as a full-time serious occupation. However, intraday trading is very interesting. It helps you to enter the stock at the right time with a give and take profit and the stop loss, and you can actually identify stocks which could potentially give you that intraday movement today. Now, there are various ways of identifying those stocks, but before I get into the concrete ways where you can look at from StockEdge, let me explain you the concept of trading from a different perspective. Trading is all about participating in the stock price movement, and the movement can be below to the top, or the movement could be top to the bottom, right? So if you want to participate from below to the top, you are essentially buying and selling, and if you want to participate from the top to the bottom, you are essentially selling and participating. You know, the reason why any price action will happen in a stock, there has to be some trigger which will lead to a price action, and that trigger could be because of any reason. Largely the trigger is instigated by wide scale participation by some players in the market. So until unless we see that someone has entered the market, because ultimately resourceful people are the guys who will create a trigger in that stock. And the reason for that trigger could be any price breakout, it could be any interest of a bigger player, it could also be some kind of a news which can have a sustainable impact on the stock price. So for us, the first stage is to identify the trigger which is leading to the stock price movement. The second stage, after we have identified the trigger, is to see the trend in that stock, whether that trigger is leading to a uptrend or the trigger is leading to a downtrend. Once you have that trend identification done correct, then you can start thinking about this strategy to play the market. Strategy could be in a cash market strategy, it can be in a futures market strategy, it can be in an options market strategy. So different instruments gives you a liberty to create a unique strategy basket for yourself. Once you know the trend of that, potential trend of that stock, you actually focus on money management, which is the most critical part of this whole exercise. After doing fair bit of research, if your money management is not correct, somehow you will not be able to make money even though your trades have been correct. Your money management is simple, that you should first find out how much there is a potential to lose in a stock. That's the biggest mistake with all the retail trader investors do, that they always try to find out how much is the potential to make money. No, you should not do that. First thing it should be, how much is the potential to lose, and given that potential to lose, can you make 1.5 times, 2 times or 2.5 times of that amount? That's your money management. How do you identify what kind of potential is there to lose the money? Is through a bit of understanding of technicals, is through look at the candlestick patterns, is to look at the swing which has got originated in that stock, and a deep understanding of swing which comes through your regular practice, which comes through your technical chart readings. If you keep on doing all those things, you will be quite a professional in identifying the swings. Now StockEdge app, let me come back to StockEdge app. It helps you to potentially identify a stock which can give you some kind of a trigger on an intra basis or on a swing basis. If you look at the StockEdge app, we have given you a beautiful section called the scan section. Now in the scan section, if you see, there are a lot of classifications of scan which has been provided to you. Price scan, delivery or volume scan, technical scans, fundamental scans, futures scans which is related to derivative trading. Then you have option scans and candlestick scans, which is again a part of a pattern based scans. Now we have almost a library of almost more than 225, 230 scans which we have already given to you. You can play around with these scans and filter at the end of the day the stocks which can potentially give you some kind of a movement tomorrow or in some few days. Look at the price scan. This is my favorite scan, and I have always relied more on price than any other thing to trade the market, because price speaks 1,000 words than any other indicator. Indicators are great to identify momentum associated with the stock, but ultimately price will tell you whether the stock movement has the potential to create a sustainable swing at that moment. Now look at the price scan, and I'm a great fan of scan like 52-week breakout scans or last month breakout scans. These are the scans which will tell you which are the stocks which are crossing last month high or which are crossing 52-week high. I can filter the scans here based on my selections. So I say, for example, I want to filter it on basis of major stocks. Major stocks is typically, we have identified around 700 stocks listed in NSE, which are, we called it as major stocks. Apart from that, you have all NSE stocks, you have all BSE stocks. Also, you have NSE FNO stocks. So people who are just interested in trading NSE FO, you can select it, you can apply. So these are the stocks which has crossed last month high as on yesterday end of the day, right? You see, these are the stocks which are available for you for your foreign analysis. What do you mean by last month high? Last month high is, if you press I, you can get the description of that. What do you mean by last month high? It's typically, if a stock is showing any kind of a bullish momentum, typically it will cross last month high and give some swing movement immediately after it crosses the last month high. And the same logic we have applied for all the sub parameters which we have given to you in this particular scan. Also, I want to talk to you about this delivery scan. What is delivery? Friends, in cash market, we know the concept called volume. That's exactly like how much people have traded in the market. But at the end of the day, how many people have taken delivery of that stock? That becomes a very, very important data point, because ultimately people who want to create a sustainable swing in that stock, they would like to take delivery of that stock at the end of the day. So from this scan, you can actually see any stock where there has been a high delivery quantity. For example, if you see in this screen, this stock where average delivery quantity is X, the delivery happened yesterday was actually almost 6 to 7 times of X. Now this is a stock where some kind of an activity which has happened yesterday, someone has bought it or sold it. If the price movement has been positive, you can assume that someone has bought it. A price movement is negative, you can assume that someone has sold it. So what do you do? What do you do with this information? Do you trade immediately? No, you don't trade immediately. You have to devise a strategy. One of the strategy which we have deployed or devised is that you look at these stocks, be prepared with your watch list for these stocks, and in the morning let the market open, let first 15-minute candle gets formed, and typically if a stock is positive and it will give a sustainable move, the high of first 15 candle would get breached, and the moment the high of first 15 candle is getting breached, there is a very high possibility that you can see a sustainable movement for that day for that specific cost. Now the question you may ask is, sir, how do we keep a stop loss? Friends, you can keep a stop loss of low of that 15 minutes candle, which could be an aggressive stop loss, or if you want to be a conservative person, you can keep a stop loss of low of previous 5-minute chart candle, so that the amount you will willing to lose becomes lesser. And obviously you should also target not more than twice of that stop loss to make money. So the larger you keep the stop loss, you should target larger profit making. But if you want to be an active trader and if you want to keep smaller stop loss and be more conservative, you could probably see a smaller profit taking for your trades. Apart from the library of scans which we have provided to you, there is a feature called combination scan. We can actually combine various scans and create your own magical combinations and filter down stocks which are satisfying multiple scan criteria. Like for example, we go to my StockEdge, go to my combination scan, and you can actually create multiple combinations. Like for example, I've created the combination buy on dip. You have to press plus to create your own combination. So let me just go to buy on dip, which I have created. In this combination, I added combination like high delivery quantity, 100-day moving average, 200-day moving average, increasing quarterly sales. So the beauty of StockEdge is that you can actually add not just technical combinations, but you can add price, technical and fundamental combinations also to arrive at that magical stock list, which can potentially give you a immediate swing in the market. Now if you see the list of stocks which is there, so these are all stocks where we have seen this criteria getting satisfied. Let me filter the stocks to only major stocks of NSE where you will see enough liquidity and depth. There is a company called Take Solution where there is an opportunity to play the swing. Suppose you want to restrict your output to only F&O stocks and trade in derivatives, so you can restrict it to F&O stocks and see if there is any stock which is satisfying your combination criteria. Now this is something which you can do on your own. You can create as many combinations you want. You can actually add up to 10 scans per combination, which is quite a impressive list for a retail audience like you who would like to play around with the app and try to create some kind of an output which will give you a swing opportunities. Apart from that, friends, recently we added some strategies also which could potentially give you ideas so that you can create more strategy around those strategies. If you go to the premium section, there is something called ready combination scans, and we have kind of back tested and front tested lot of strategies and arrived at few combinations which could give you a potential opportunities to trade the market. This is a typical combination we have used in this strategy. Look at actually we have given you a description of how to use this strategy. We have told you this is a way you can participate in the strategy, and once you press the stock, you get the list of stocks which is satisfying that combination, and you can participate in that combination the way we have kind of illustratively advised you. However, friends, this is just for learning purpose. This is just for giving you an example of how you can create something like this. Do spend a lot of time in creating your own strategy, because ultimately what works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me in the market. Everyone is unique. Everyone has a unique style of trading in the market. So you create your own strategies and participate in the market the way you want to participate in the market. All right. So this is a video which talked about how you can identify stocks for your purpose of identification of swing, and depending upon your objective of trade, whether you are an intraday trader, or you are a half an hour trader, or you are a 4-hour trader, or you are a weekly trader, or you are a monthly trader, depend upon your duration of trade, you will finally try to find out stocks which are giving you those kind of swing movements for that particular duration. If you are able to do that and maintain a proper money management, there is no reason why you should not succeed in stock market. Thank you.